Everybody knows the position for Fook Sao, right? Right? So let me borrow your Sifu for a second. Can everybody call on if you can see something? I want to explain something about the Fook Sao. Most people, except for maybe some bodybuilders, but usually your arm is smaller here and it gets bigger there, it wedges out. So when you're doing the Fook Sao, you want to stay by your opponent's wrist, the smaller part of their arm. Without me extending my arm all the way, I can't hit him. And if he keeps his palm up and comes straight, he can't strike me. And I'll show you from this side. Now if I lock my arm out, then I've lost my control, my elbow coverage, he can hit me. Without locking my elbow out, I can't strike him and he can't strike me. So one of the things about the Fook Sao, the Tan Sao rather, with the Fook Sao position, I turn my palm, and now I've moved my hand up from the smaller part of his arm to the bigger part of his arm. I've created an opening. So by doing this, I get to strike. I create an opening. Right? So that's why you always want to have your wrist with your opponent's wrist. You don't want to do your Chi Sao like that with that much space here. I want to stay by his wrist. If something changes or he gets too close to me or he moves his hand up, I want to move back to adjust it. Okay? And Fook means to control. So you have to actually control. Can you get this angle? A lot of people will just lay their hand here, flat like this. There's a straight path to my center. You want to do a Fook because Fook represents a canine's paws. It represents a fox's paw. So here's what I wanted to show you with the character. Chinese characters used to be pictures. Like the character for man is like this, like a person walking. The character for moon was a phase of the moon. This character means forever. There's a Wing Chun system that doesn't use this side. It only uses that side, and they write it WNG. It's kind of like Hung-Gar Wing Chun mixed. But we use this. So this is forever, this is speak, gong, right? Or wa, to speak. So to give you an example about the pictographs, this has a radical. This is a mouth. This is a human mouth, and that's supposed to be the sound coming out of the mouth, right? So together, this alone means forever. When you put that part of this character, because they can stand alone, each of these characters can stand alone, that means to speak forever, or chant forever, or praise forever. So chant or praise forever, spring. The Fook character represents a man standing over a dog. If you ever see a dog sit up, their paws are pointing downwards, not like this. Whenever a dog's in a begging position, any canine, dog, wolf, fox, coyote, whatever, right? So the character actually means control or subdue. So if I just lay my hand here, I'm not controlling anything. Let's get this angle. I'm not controlling. To control, I have to hold my palm, my fingers down. And that creates a tunnel that goes away from my center. If I do this, the tunnel goes towards my center. So one of the things I do when I'm doing Chi Sao with people from other Wing Chun lineages, let me go this way so you can see, is if they hold their hand this way, see, I can strike him without even turning my palm. So what I usually do is I strike and they push down and I go on top. See? So when he goes down, I go on top. But if he has a good Fook Sao, you don't have to do anything. Just occupy the center. See? So if I stay here like this, he can hit me in the chest easily. But if my hand's here, my forearm stops him. I don't have to do anything. So you have to have a good Fook Sao. You have to have good control to have a good Jut Sao. See? So I'm actually controlling his hand with that. Okay? So I want to have you guys practice first some one-hand Chi Sao, Dan Chi Sao. That's really important. So now we're here. He turns his palm up to create an opening, and he strikes me with the palm this way. What you want to do is hit with the palm like this. And there's something else I want to show you guys. Can I do it on this wall? Okay. See, I have my shoulder blade pressed against this wall. So when I strike, I keep my shoulder blade pressed against the wall. See? I don't want to extend. I want to keep my shoulder blade back so I train my tricep muscle. Wing Chun punches with a vertical fist, which uses the tricep. Other martial arts choose the horizontal fist, which uses the bicep. So you don't want to extend out to strike your opponent. You're not trying to hit your opponent, your partner, in Chi Sao. You're just going to go forward to develop that muscle. So I used to train back in the day with a piece of paper. I press the paper against the wall with my scapula and do my movements, punch and everything, see? Once I do that, the paper would fall. So I don't want to see people leaning. Later on, when you want to fight, you can extend the shoulder. Right now, you want to develop your tricep muscle. Okay? So now, pearls! Okay? So, because you want to also extend, you want to lengthen your sinews. Like when you do the form and you do stuff like this, that's extending, like I'm pressing my shoulder against the wall, my shoulder, but I'm trying to touch that wall, which is physically impossible, but I want to elongate my ligaments and tendons. So the punch is more a snap, okay? And the jutsu, you don't need to push down with the jutsu. Just throw your thumb back towards your body, and it changes the ulnar bone. Like there's a pulley. It's like the muscles like pulleys or ligaments. So by doing this, my ulnar bone goes down. So that's all you need. I see a lot of people doing this with the jut. That wastes time, wastes energy. Just do this. So we're going to get a partner. So he strikes. I just need to jut like that. I punch. When you punch, don't lock out your arm because he can slide in. We're not trying to hit each other anyway. We're training our tricep muscle and we're training our sensitivity. Thank you. So when he strikes, I jut and I just go here. That's it. Bent arm. And we go back. Okay? Now one thing I want to do, forward energy. You know what tan means in Chinese? Anybody know? Just spread or dispersing. So the reason we call it that, because he's bigger than me. I don't want to meet his force like this and take all the brunt of his force on a small surface area of my arm. So when he punches, I want to do this. So he threw a round punch at me. See, he's a big guy. If I try to do this, I'm fighting force against force, which wouldn't be logical. So I do this, a spread. So when he strikes, and he does I punch, you do the bone, when you do the tan, still push forward. Good, forward energy. Okay? So get a partner, and we'll start going around and helping you people with the jump stuff. But not to the face. He strikes to my solar plexus, I strike to his, to teach you to lift with the bone. A lot of people do this. They strike, you strike, they go to your face. Yeah, and then he's not training his bone. Bone lifts and rolls up. Even the low bone south rolls and lifts up, the thigh bone. So you're hitting for the san. In Wing Chun, we call this the san, the heart, the solar plexus. Okay? So you're trying to do a vertical palm strike. Right? Vertical palm strike. All the Wing Chun palm strikes are 2 fingers off the target. Whatever you can see over here. Not the whole palm. All of our strikes are 2 fingers off the target. The thumb should be 2 fingers off. See? Even this strike. See? So we only hit with this part of the palm. Okay? Generally, we tell people the whole area, but actually it's the high point of the palm. Right about here. That's what you're hitting with. It's the strongest part of the human hand. Okay? So you're trying to do from here, this vertical palm strike to your partner's solar plexus. Okay? Let's get some partners in place. Something like that, and then these 2 fingers support it. So that's a Fook sao. Not like this, not like that, whatever. Like this. That's a Fook sao. Okay? See. Fingers even. Just sitting there. Okay? But keep your elbow in. Don't strike me and sacrifice your center. Okay, strike again. Okay? Okay, go back. Now strike. Why can't you?
Because
I have forward intent. Like a spring. When you're standing in Silum Tao form, don't sit like you're dead in the water. You're ready to spring forward. Like when someone says, on your mark, get set, that potential energy, you should always have a springing type of energy in Wing Chun. So even if I'm doing 2-arm Chi Sao or 1-arm Chi Sao, I'm pushing forward, 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 forward through that whole arc. I never lose that forward intent. If my hand is dead in the water, you slide right through. See? I'm just sitting there. And if I pull back, it's even easier for him. So by me pushing forward, see, it stops him from coming in. So when you're doing this, so now, when I strike it, when you strike, when I do the bone, when I do the punch, you do the bone, do the tan and push towards me. See, now I can't strike you. Except you're pushing out a little bit, but that's better than before. Okay? See, now I can't hit you. Just leave your hand dead there. See? Now push towards me. Good. Okay? Lean on. See? All right? Here's what most people are doing. Lean on my arm. I can support you, don't worry. Most people do this. See? There's a rule in Wing Chun, Yan Chan. Don't move your, Mo Yuk Chan, sorry. Don't move your immovable elbow. Doesn't mean it doesn't move, it doesn't get closer to this. Your elbow should never get closer to this. If we're doing Chi Sao, and he gets my elbow here, I move back to a distance. Always want to keep that distance. You can't generate power from here. If I put your elbow to the body, push towards me. You can't. But now push. You see, you push me off balance.
The whole body.
Yeah, okay? So, if he's leaning on me, and I do this, he's going to just follow right through. Right? So I want to keep that angle here, and as he's leaning, I push forward towards him. Okay? So tan means to spread. One analogy I was given by Sifu before I met Wing Chun was like spreading peanut butter. So when you're doing this, you spread forward. Don't just let it drop. Don't let it drop, and don't let it pull back towards your body. Think of your elbow as a compressed spring ready to go forward at any second. Okay?
Yes, Sifu.
All right. Okay. Practice chi flow. Just one hand. Oh, okay. Okay. One hand.
Background.
So he strikes. I jut, punch. Okay.
Back.
So your arm went that way.
Yes, I felt it.
See? So I want you to do this. One person only is going to do this.
Oh, forward energy.
Yep. I'm going to release intentionally to see if you come.
I'm just, okay, focus on the job.
There you go. That's what I want to see. Go ahead. No, you got to strike first.
Okay, I thought you wanted me to go forward. Move.
Good. Good. Okay? With your partner. Take turns doing that. Okay?
The difference between deliberate forward energy and the fact that you already had your energy going forward?
No, it's already going forward.
It's already going forward.
It's like, think of it, a spring doesn't have a mind. A spring is compressed. Whatever the obstacle is keeping it back, it's going to spring forward anyway. So that's how your arm should be.
So what I mean is if it's already going forward, it's going to go forward. If it's not going forward and he lets go, then you're going to go.
Yeah, you want to cut that delay.
Exactly.
You want to cut that delay. A good analogy was they would hold a leaf, like Sifu does put a dollar bill here, and he drops it, you try to catch it.
Yeah.
Because it takes a little time for your brain to process that and then close the fingers. But you want to minimize that delay. So as soon as you feel an opening, you go straight forward. Okay? This measurement for an inch is a chun. So your point of contact on most of our blocks are 2 chun behind the wrist bone. So, Sifu more. Do a bone saw. If his bone saw's in his center, the wrist, I can collapse it. Plus his elbow is pointing out there. Your bone saw should be across the center. This point here, 2 chun behind the wrist should be in the center square. See? 2 chun, this should be in the center, right? Now, you support me. Put your wrist bone in the center. Because you're using the upper muscles up here. That's why a lot of people have rotator cuff problems in Wing Chun. Yep. So can everybody come here for a second? This represents a human forearm on some techniques, and the upper arm on some other techniques. So whenever you're doing a technique on it, your 2 chun touching here. This is your opponent's wrist. This is the human arm with no hand. Okay? So when you're doing a gun, the point of contact should be 2 chun behind the wrist bone. Same with the bone. See? I'm not doing a bone on the wrist bone, I'm doing a bone back here when you want to get the video. See? So your bone saw shouldn't be in your center. The wrist should be across the center. So this is a straight line. This is the proper angle. With the gun saw, the wrist bone shouldn't be in the center, it should be across the center. So this point, 2 inches, 2 centimeters, whatever you want to call it, behind the wrist bone, that should be in your center. Okay, remember that. Same with the lap saw. The lap saw, not the wrist in the center, 2 chun in the center. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Sifu. Thank you, Sifu.
Tao is our alphabet. That's a letter. That's a letter. Now we got a word. Okay? So Wu Sao, your Wu Sao, the thumb should be parallel to the tip of your nose. So this part of your palm protects this part of your face. So when I block a punch, 1 second, can I borrow you some more? throw a round punch to my head, with right round punch,
This side?
right, so you can see it, right? Okay, no, this side, good. Doesn't matter, right? See, right here. If I had it any lower, push through, my fingers would collapse, okay? So you want this here, okay? So with the bong sao, you want this here, right? Okay? Not close together. A lot of people do a bong like this, close together. I see them doing it on the wooden dummy. On the wooden dummy arm, they do this. If he throws a round punch to my head, right round punch, and I just do this, you can push through this.
Yeah.
But see, if I do this, I divide the force of your blow. See that? Okay? So it's here. Just like in the alphabet, that's one letter, that's another letter. Not like this, touching. Okay? So what we're going to do now, from a side neutral stance, bong sao, lap sao drills. Okay? Okay? I'm going to pull his hand, punch, and that comes at the same time. Okay? Woo. Or woo sao. Good woo sao. Yeah. Okay? A lot of people, when they lap, they do this. They do the lap to me. They do this. Lap me, quick. Lap me with the right hand. See?
Oh,
Okay?
sorry.
That's what I want you to do.
I'm just, you know, I'm
No,
like,
see, it's easy to lock me.
just-
If my hands are here, you lock me. See? I want this here. Okay? Because you don't do the wusao like that. So don't do it in the drill. If you want to practice lock, bong, at the same time. At the same time.
Okay. So you want to
Woo,
connect.
woo. When you lock me. Okay, here's why you want to do the woo. What if I do a lop so strong that you can't do a bong? The woo saves you.
Yeah.
Right here. Leave it right there. See?
Yep.
Okay? All right? Just like in the form. So we're going to lop and punch. Right? Right?
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Oops.
Right? Both hands at the same time. Both with equal pressure. Both with equal intent. See? You kind of had that. Both with equal intent. Now see, that's easy to lock. Because you did that angle. This angle's weak. See? This angle's strong. So get a partner
On
and
the
practice.
wusao, not the
Yeah.
wusao.
No. Even up.
I was like this on my.
Yeah, on your wusao.
Yeah,
That
okay.
was weak, yeah. So keep this here. So try partner, do lapsa. What can you do? You can use the camera. Okay, let's go this side. We're doing this drill. If I do this, the lazy one, look at that. No.
You got me.
Look, no, make a fist. Push towards my face with the same hand.
Got
See?
him.
See that? Plus, in fact, he can also trap me. See? So I'm not occupying the line if I do this. If I do this, see? That's why position is important. I mean, and everybody does this. I get lazy, you know, because we do a repetitive drill. So I go lazy. See, a lot of us do this when you lap, because you know it's coming, so you lap. So that means in a real fight, I'm going to go pop, and maybe the guy faked and did another punch. Punch going to hit me. So I want to keep this here. Okay? Position is really important. Don't assume. In class, you get lazy because you're training with your partners. But you want to try to keep it like this. Lock, punch, and cover that line. If I'm here, there's a straight line to my face. Here, I've occupied the line. The punch goes away from me. Okay?
See if we went out and I noticed that a lot of times too, when people are doing it over and over, they start to do a kwachui.
They start to do
hammer
a punch like this,
Yeah.
a scraping punch. When you do the silam tao, your hand is like this, and you strike straight up. Like if you're breaking with a cue ball, you're breaking the rack when you're playing pool. Straight line. You don't want to hit the cue ball like that or like that, so to be straight on. So when you drop, see, just like in silam tao, you punch, except it's on your central line. Okay? Everybody knows the Wing Chun guard. I should already know this. This is my central line when I'm doing the silam tao form. So this is the Wing Chun guard. That's our guard. That's how we punch in Wing Chun. We punch out here, not on the center line. Only in class you do this for a point of reference. If I punch on my center line and she's my opponent, I'm not hitting her. If I hold my guard like this, I'm open to an attack. See, it's on my central line. So that's the Wing Chun guard. On your central line. Because the center line faces away. Okay? All right.
Thank you, people.
Combat technique. He strikes, I blow him to the body. So, step to the side, I can lop to the body, I can lop and strike to the head, cover the elbow, strike. Okay? So from this side, let's do the other side so you can see. He punches, right? I lop, strike, strike. The reason I do this because he might pull his hand back and come with another punch. The other hand. The other hand.
Oh, the other hand.
Yep. See, it's already there. Okay? Now if I was like this, go right across that. See? Okay? That's why it's important to have this like that. So with your partner from a front stance parallel, the partner strikes. Now notice when he strikes, the main thing I do is a train coming, get out of the way, right? Okay? You say that too? I said, see? You know we got the same teacher, right? Same grandmaster. Okay, he punches, go to the side. At the body, here. Okay? So basically you're going to do half step to the left, cover, step forward, cover, punch. If your opponent's taller, punch to the body. See if we'll come back, can I borrow you? Oh. You had to do that. You had to do it. You had to get me back. Right? Okay. If I punch your head, just shrug your shoulder. I'm not going to hit it. Right? And that's the normal reaction sometimes. So with a person like him, get to the body first, work the body, then get the head. Okay?
Chop the tree down from the bottom.
Okay? Go ahead. Okay. Do this. Round punch to the throat. Okay? Round punch to the throat. Sweet. Now actually,
You're dragging.
actually this, the secret is cupping to create a suction. Don't do this. Hit your partner in the chest. Really? You want to do this. With the back of your hand. To their face.
Ooh, iron palm.
Yep.
It's going to be a bad
That'll
day
take
in
the
week.
breath away, and then you do the sweep. So basically he punches, I go here, here, and then you do an elbow. Okay? This should be one motion, like this. One. Okay? So in the class, do the chest, but in real, if somebody was here, I would go right here, covering this part of the mouth. You can't, exactly, you can't see. Plus it takes the wind away, because there's a suction there, a little vacuum. Okay?
You want to do one more time?
Okay, here, we'll add this. We'll do the bone. Wait, sorry, okay. Bone, I hit, and then here. And then, I want to add that round punch. Okay. From here, the round punch to the throat, right? And then this. Take them down, and then if they're still there, elbow. If not, you know.
All right, thank you.
So that's we're going to go to the combat aspect. I got a Fook sow and a Tom sow. My Fook sow is over the center of my palm, like I would grasp 3 grains of rice. Then you rotate, like you're knocking off some rice off the back of your wrist. Your wrist should be even in line with each other, not across. Not across, in line. When you're doing the chi sao drill with your partner, okay, we should share a common line between us. Because if I'm here, he's at the advantage. If I'm here, I'm at the advantage. So we should share the line. So you're going to rotate like this. Just rotate. Okay, we're going to do double line. Okay? You got it? Okay? So get a partner. There's a technique that, say he's in a fighting position and his guard's somewhat open, like he's a fighter, and I might go for his eyes. Oh, no, he can block with that hand. Or he block with this hand. Remember I said about, no, block with the lead hand? So I can go, right? I go for his eye and do a lop. I go for his eye, he pushes, I do an inside lao sao, and a lop. So here's one way to practice that. From chi sao. Now let's analyze this. You can, if you're really fast, you can go like this, chun sao and lap. Right? Chun sao and lap. But if he's got good sensitivity, I want you to, when I do that, step to the right and repeat.
Okay.
Follow me. See, he doesn't allow me to do that. Right? If he's, I mean, with a beginner, I might be able to, you know, somebody who doesn't know, but if this time be on it. Doesn't let me do that. Right? See what I just did to him? Okay? Now, so watch. Okay, from here, you just did this in one hand, cheese out. His focus is here now.
Yeah.
See? He's jutted my hand right by his elbow. Now I can do it.
Helping him do it.
See? So that's me doing the fake here to your eye, and you block with that hand, and I do this. See? So from here, because if I just try to go there, he's going to stick to me. So this is a distraction. I do the jut, I do this, sorry, I do
I'm not
the
pissing you off.
palm, he juts, he's put my hand right where I want to be.
Sorry.
So I chun.
Yes.
Now watch when I chun. I don't do this and chun because I may pow. No, there may be a punch coming, right? So when I do it, do a punch with the other hand when I do this, do punch. At least this way you hit me in the back of the head, and you don't hit me in my nose, and I've got it covered. So I do the chun first, then turn. A lot of people chun, and a guy could, right in your nose, in your face. So from here, try that with a partner. So basically, jut, step to the left, chun sao, threading arm, lop, and punch. So from here, you palm strike to make the person jut, chun sao, lop sao, punch. Try that one. This, chun sao, lop. Now, when I do this, to do that chun, step to your left and gone real quick.
Okay.
Gone, step to your left and gone. See? And then I have to step off line and lock. So if the person's good, as soon as I feel this, see? Oh,
sorry.
That's all right. As soon as you feel me do this, gone, and then I step off line. So nice and slow. As soon as I do that, gone, right? And we go back to this. Do a few repetitions of that. Right? So, my intent was to do this, but he moved. No, you're right, you moved. So, when I do this and I feel him do that, I step off line. So it's nice and slow. I try to strike, he juts, guns, and punches. Now what I did, I released my other foot. So I'm fighting him at an angle, right?
Oops. I let
That's
the
all right,
witness.
right? I got it? Okay? So I'm trying to strike him, he guns, punches. Okay? So try that. And when you strike, don't just jut here. Cheat, jut across a little bit. So that helps you do this. Right? So I want you to do, the person who does the jut, do a T-steps. T-step. You're going to match me by stepping to your right.
Oh,
Your
sure,
right,
sure.
Right? So now you do that to me. I'm going to strike at you. You jut, you come around to strike me. Punch, punch.
Oh,
Punch at me. Punch at me from
do it
here.
again.
Punch at me.
Okay. Jut, boom.
Watch how I turn this way, in case he's faster than me, and not like this. I'm going to show you that in a minute for fighting. Right?
Ooh.
Okay? So when he does it, I don't turn here, I turn here. In case it's a really fast punch, at least it's not going to hit me. Okay? So the person who's doing the jut, when you jut, T-step to get to his blind side. He's not going to allow me to get to his blind side
I'm gonna go over
because he's going to move. Here's an exercise you have your students do. Move to the left or right. See? One step in front of your opponent. Okay? All right, let's go. Right?
So just let it go right from the
Yeah.
top.
See? So from rotating, I just do this. Lock. I get away from the other hand. See? Right? Basic technique. See? I go to the side. Lock. And what does that work for? Guys who fight like this, like Thai boxers. So I go. So I can either go from a bone, or I can go a few. Right? You ever seen people who fight like this? Muay Thai guys do. I don't know about here, but in New York, a lot of people go to Rikers Island, go to jail, they come up, they think they're cool,
52 blocks.
they do that kind of stuff like this. That's the first thing you do for them. 52 blocks, guys, exactly. We see them in the neighborhood all the time. Now they want to learn Wing Chun.
Yep, I noticed that.
So I got my guard, I'll do it to me. I got my guard like this, right? Or you do the bone. See?
No, come in with the ball.
Yeah, just come in with a bone.
Jam it up.
Just jam with a bone, and then you got it, okay? So let's practice it from here first, then we're gonna take a break in maybe 15 minutes, okay? So from here, step off line, strike. So all you're doing is this.
Disappear.
Yeah, disappear.
That's what it feels like.
You don't even have to have much skill to do that, okay? Try the chi sao, where we do this exercise. The chun.
Oh, you done it?
We're
I'll
gonna
do
do
it.
something, wait a minute, we're gonna do something else. Oh, okay, I forgot where we left off. Yeah, we gotta finish that, sorry. Okay, where I strike, he does that, and I step off line, and then move to the blind side, okay? So, When I strike, he jut me across that way.
Okay.
Jut me, no, with the jut.
Oh, jet first.
See? Like say you came at me with a knife to stab me. See?
Gotcha.
That's one of the things I do. I jut this way. And do that.
Get it started.
I don't want to try to hold you because you pull back, you're going to get caught.
Yep.
So it's a similar thing. When you jut back to the side of this drill. So when I jut me there, see? Now you get to my blind side easily. And then I have to step. You should punch with that hand. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, if you punch with that, okay.
I'm just trying
Let's
to
say
go
he punched with the
with
other
the
hand. Let's go. Let's say he punched with the other hand. Then I do a quan.
Now I punch with the one you
So,
wanted me to.
no, I wanted you to punch with that
That's it
hand.
like that. Okay.
See, so I do a quan.
Yeah.
So let's mix them up. First, let's do the one where he does the regular punch with the
Jet.
punch with that hand. No, first just punch.
Punch
So I
with
can
the
do the lock. I'll show you what I mean. You right, and you punch, and then.
Yes. Oh, you want me to do a lot?
Well, okay, you either do lop or you go out there and get hit.
Okay. I'm not defending.
No,
You
just
teach it, so I'm just going with it.
I'm just messing. Okay. Here, I go here. Right. And then. No, we're gonna go to the lop out
Okay.
drill.
Okay.
Lop out drill. When we do the other hand, I'll show you what we do. Because otherwise, anyway, here we go here, right? And we go to the lop out drill. Right?
Yes.
So let's do that away. And then later on, you'll punch with that hand. I'll
Okay.
teach him a quan sao. Okay? So go ahead. If you have to escape, you get away with
Instead
that.
of trying to fight that force.
Instead of trying to fight the force. So when the person does that, you step off the line and do the blow. Use that force to get you in a position to hit. Because you can't hurt someone if your elbow's close to your body. You can't generate power. You have to have at least this much space to generate power. So you pull yourself back to a position where you can generate some power.
See, does that have anything to do with why we start here versus here when we do the same time?
Yeah, you don't start here. I had a student that was, he had a degree in kinesiology, and he explained something about the way the ligaments and tendons are connected to the muscle and bone. I forgot what he said, why you can't generate power here, I don't remember. But for some reason, you can't push from here. So you want to always start your fist from here.
Fist and a half away.
Yeah, because back in the day, a lot of us used to start our ceiling tall like this.
Right.
The Grandmaster's adamant about put your fist here in the center first.
Yes.
And then punch, because that's how you're going to be fighting from here. Right? Okay. Well, here's another, he strikes at me.
Which one?
He strikes. No, sorry. This one, you strike, I go to the side, and you punch with the other hand.
Okay,
You punch with the other hand, like quan.
Ah, okay.
A quan is a tan and a bone. See?
This is good, because
Right?
this is working out.
See, then I go here, then I can strike, and then step off and strike.
Let me do it.
Okay. So hold on, okay. You strike from the tongue. No, you're gonna strike from the tongue,
Okay.
right? And you punch with this hand. This one holds him in, the jam, and this one's here. Strike, step off line. So nice and slow. Oh, wrong position.
You did that on me?
Yeah. Okay, wait, I did it wrong.
I'll go.
And then strike. Okay? So this is a quan. This is a quan sao, a bone and a tan. This is a dai quan, low quan. Quan sao, low quan. Bone and tan. Okay? Okay? Let's do that. To the head. So I can lop him and punch to the body. He turns and faces and does a gan sao, another gan, and then then another gan, and then go back again. And we go back again with the drill. Right? See? So I lop here, right? Right?
The Michelle Torres version is like this.
Watch out for her, future Sifu.
Do you see how I sped up and he didn't even blink an eye? It's like,
Oh,
it's like he got better the faster I got. Oh, he just like you.
you got it? So, okay. Okay, so he lops me, I do this, and then I gun, and we go back to the drill.
Oh, I leave that out.
Yeah, he lops me and goes to the side, right? And then I come back, right? We also have one where, and I want you to do a complete gan sao.
So let me turn.
See, because you can also do the punch to my body, you can also do a bu sao. See the bu? Because bu can be here, and bu can be there. The gan's in the center. So I don't want you to do a debut, I want you to do an actual gan. Because if I do a bu sao, okay, think about our central line. Central line techniques are good for when you're not sure. Like say I'm in someplace and he throws a sucker punch at me. I may want to do this. I can't hit him. The only way I can hit him is if I face the point of contact. But if it's a sucker punch, I don't want to step into something. I want to move back, get my bearings, see what's going on first. Then I go in and attack. So that's why sometimes we block on the central line. The central line has its advantage, you won't get hit because you have distance, but you can't hit back. The central line has the advantage that you can hit back, but you better be ready because the other something could be coming. So you have to, use both. So he does the, he does a lop and it hits me to the body. I gun, punch, and then go back and we start the drill over. Do that for a while. For about 5 minutes, and then we'll do the upper gate or round punch. So you lop. For a round punch, he lops and does a round punch. Yeah, we do a biu, chun sao, lop sao punch. That's one way. Biu, chun, lop sao punch. Here's another one though. He does a lop.
I like that one.
See?
Now go back to...
Yeah. So when he does the round punch, here, right? He does. Oh, I didn't even see
I'm
it.
sorry.
That's okay. I felt it. That's good. That's what I like about Wing Chun. Right?
Yeah.
I don't
See, one
need
of my
my
students, I would have knocked him out.
I don't need my eyes. So, you don't go yet. So I want you to work on do a round punch for me. Okay? I want to show you something. Ideally, with a round punch, you want the center of your palm in the bend of his arm, so you have some bicep and some forearm. Because if you just get the bicep, he can swing. See, swing it, see?
Yep.
And if you just get here, you got to deal with his force.
And it's changing.
Right? Yeah, he can go underneath and do something like a corkscrew punch, like show your foot. Here, takes a little bit too much accuracy, too much skill. You got to be, especially in a fight, because you're nervous in a fight already. So here's what, like, Master Maza is a big guy. He was doing punches at me. I can't stop his punches, Sifu. How do I deal with a guy like with his power? So you do the round punch. See what I did? I rest my forearm on his arm. See that? That gives me some stabilization.
And look
If
at
I
the
just
contact point.
if I just try to do here, he could push me. He could manhandle me off balance. But I take this. And one of the things about a round punch
See, you
is
can't get that from the YouTube videos.
you want to, if a person is going to do a round punch to you and they're landed, planted, and turned,
Yep.
it's too late. You have to deal with force. You want to catch them back here. You want the elbow behind the shoulder so the joint is open. This is weak. Give you an example. Actually, move me. Move me. Come on, man. You're strong.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah, really move me. See? Don't be
still
nice.
hard.
This is kung fu.
Oh, it's my weak
Okay?
arm.
Now move me. Because his elbow is behind his wrist. I mean, behind his shoulder.
Wait, let me use my chin.
So you want to catch the oh. No.
It's not helping.
So you want to catch it behind the shoulder. So when he's doing this drill, when he does a round punch, see, I want to catch him right here.
You take it down?
Yeah. Well, not all the way
just
down.
because you're turning.
What I want to do is put all the weight on that leg and bend your spine. That's the idea. And why do you want to bend the person's spine? Because if I'm standing erect, hold your palm up, your hand up, I can focus good punches. If I'm off balance, my punches won't be good. You're going to get hit in a fight, but you don't want to get solid hits. So you get glancing blows if the guy's off balance.
You don't try to be untouchable, you try to be unstoppable. The ones that stop you are the ones that are going to knock you out.
So in our system, I want him on his toes, on his heels. Right? We always want to keep the person like this on their balance. All right? So when he's from this drill, when he does the round punch, put the weight on his heels. And then go around and do it again. So let's try that. So this is going to lop south. He's going to do a round punch, my bad. You're going to lop, gun, and continue the drill. Try that. A straight punch. First, do a straight punch first. He's doing a straight punch. So I'm learning how to do it the straight punch. And then he does a round punch. You lop and do the round punch.
This way?
The same hand.
Okay.
Same hand.
Warm me up.
Okay, same hand. So this can be, he throws a straight punch and doing a round punch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like a guy going 1, 2,
Yes.
right? All right, so he's here. Okay, so I'm here, he goes a punch, right? From here, and I only did that. You don't have to do the straight punch and the round punch. You don't have to do this. I mean, he does a straight punch and a round punch.
Oh, that was good.
And then, okay? So basically have a partner punching you from a lead stance, right? And from here, you can create what you want. I mean, you can knee, you can do all kinds of things from here. You can get to the bend and nerves in the thigh, or whatever. And this doesn't have to be a punch. You don't have to do a punch. You can do these
Butts.
to the side of the neck.
Ooh.
Okay?
What are you doing? I gotta teach next week.
Yeah. The carotid artery, you know, I'm not gonna do it. Tighten your jaw.
I missed that. Can you do it again? please?
Take impact training.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'm not gonna do it. See, if he would have hit
No,
lower,
I didn't hit
he
there on
would
purpose.
have. I know you did.
Yeah, that's why I didn't
Hit
do
the
it.
jaw instead. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So,
Do this to yourself,
Horse
everybody.
repeat.
Feel it. To the carotid artery.
no.
Jugular vein. That's a knockout right there. Or at least get somebody dizzy to stop the blood flow.
Yeah. It's like,
So if you're gonna do that, matter of fact, I'd rather you guys just do a punch.
yeah.
Okay? So your partner's gonna do straight and round. Okay? Lead hand. So you're gonna do bone and lock. I mean, you can also do cock and lock too. But I want you to get used to the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay?
Stick with
Out here, on your central line. The line that you define when you do that with your fingers. Okay? There's a couple of reasons we do this. One, we define our central line. So I can punch here or here, and incrementally all the points in between. The other Wing Chun styles, say if we were fighting and you were a boxer, go that way. I gotta turn this way. I want you to go there and fake me. See? I have to turn and fake you. If you beat me, see? That, I would get hit with the other Wing Chun. With our style, do that.
Yeah,
See?
now he's
Because
got-
I can hit out here in our system. Right? So for a guy faking, he fakes that way, hit out there. I don't have to turn and face him because the guy can fake me. Boxing. It's another reason we do this. My fingertips are even here. My fingertips are even here. Which means I can hit the same point and space without moving my shoulder. So how do you use that? When I'm in a side neutral stance, I turn 45 degrees away. My fingertips are even. They're even. I can hit the same point in space. This has an illusion of not being able to reach the target. I can hit the same point. If I turn too far, one's shorter than the other. See? This won't hit. So that means I have to do that. And a person can see that, can sense that, telegraph. Same in a front stance. Here, here, my fists are even. I can hit the same point in space. If I turn too far, one's longer than the other. Right? So that's why you do that. So remember, we have that central line. So this is the central line, Bong Sao. It's out here. It's out there, see? Okay? Got it? Okay.
Sorry.
From this one, from this one where I do this, and the Chun Sao, right? And the Lop. Yeah, so let's practice for a jab. He throws a punch, Chun, Lop. See? See that? I have a Hop Chun. It does not. What's for a jab? Do a jab. See? It still goes back, but in slow motion. Let's do it slow. See? So, Pak, and when you Chun, always use your own arm. Don't have space here. There's a reason for that. I got contact on his arm. I got contact with one arm. Now, for a fraction of a second, I got contact with two arms, and I release it. What does that show you? I've never lost what? Contact. Yeah, so don't go like this. Grandmaster says, Jitman used to say, you got hair on your arm.
That's right.
You're not doing good Chun Saos.
Yeah.
So a good Chun Sao is this.
Yeah.
If you don't hear that, you're not doing a good Chun. And Chun means what? Threading. So like a needle going underneath the material to thread, so you're going underneath. If it's on top, it's a Bu Sao. Underneath is a Chun. So he does a jab, and this covers the line. He does two jabs the same arm. See, I still covered the line. Right? So I pop Chun, he jabs, and you lop and check. If he leaves it out there, you lop. If he pulls it back fast, you cover the line. Okay? Try that. Okay, so your partner's going to jab, inside, pop out, Chun out, and lop. Okay. Cover the line. Throw two jabs, same hand. I covered the line. See? As long as I cover the line, basic law of physics, two objects can't do it at the same time.
Because
Okay,
it's-
so, and by doing this, another hand comes, the other hand comes, the other hand comes, I'm there already. I just covered the line. So if we got these gates that we don't go past, one of the things about Wing Chun is don't chase hands. If he does a round punch and I go out here, and he fakes and pulls back, I gotta travel this much distance to cover. If I just go there and I miss, I only have to travel so far. So we have a gate that goes to the shoulder here, upper left gate, upper right, mid left, mid right, lower left, lower right. So from your head to your sternum is upper gate, from your sternum to the middle of your pelvis bone is middle gate, anything else is lower gate. So to get my sons when they were little, not to go past their gates, I would say there was a force field, electrified force field. If you go here, you're going to get cut, or burned, or whatever. And I trained them to do that, to go and come back. So, I don't know, it's a good analogy, it might work with adults too, but don't chase hands.
Well, the story I heard is that you actually had an electric cattle prod.
Child Protective Services on the way here. No. Okay, go ahead. He does a technique to me, and I stand here. You kick me in the groin. Not only that, if you've seen Northern Shaolin styles, they do movements like this. They kick themselves in the butt. So that's what I did. I turn and make you chase me. Kick me. So when he does that to me, see? Right? I don't want to stand here, because now grappling, I got to tussle with him, he's a bigger person, he can headbutt me, bite me, whatever. I want to get off to the side. Okay, see? Okay? So you move yourself to the side. He punches, right? I get out in the line of attack and I can sweep or something. I don't want to stand in front of anyone. Big guys can stand in front of somebody. Big guys can fight down the middle. So there's a big controversy with Wing Chun, how you're supposed to fight down the middle. Sure, if I'm fighting somebody small, I'll fight down the middle. But if I'm fighting somebody big, I'm too small to fight a big guy down the middle.
Boy,
I gotta do it
fighting
with this
for
hand,
the
I gotta do it with
ball.
that hand. He can grab me, pick me up, I don't need all that. I want to move off to the blind side. If I move to the blind side, for him to hit me, he has to turn, opens up his center. Okay? Make the guy chase you, make him work for the fight. Come here, gotta use you. Okay, he does a jab. See? So he pulls me into it, pull back. He pulls me into it.
Use his
This
energy.
is one of the tricks. So I trap him here. Grandmaster loves this. See? A reverse lap sao. We're all used to doing lap that way. This is a lap sao too. So I do a reverse lap sao, trap him. When he pulls back, he pulls me into a straight. Okay.
What was that again?
By the curriculum. But different body types have to do certain things. So if I do a technique like this, I can do a side neutral stance. Okay? But you can push me out balance with it. See? So what I do is this. Now you push me.
T-stance, front stance.
No, not even a T-step, front stance. Because now I have a wider base. This is a narrow base. You push me out balance. Now, Sifu Maza can do stuff like that. Bigger people can do a lot from here. But I always go here. So in case the bigger person comes at me, pushes at me, if you push, see? I can distribute his force, disperse it over a large surface area. So for this drill, what I'm teaching you is this. He punches, he does a round punch. Other hand. See what I did? Stepped off line. So it's like a compass, the needle and the stylus. So this is the needle. I get off the line. So his foot's in front. I don't want to be here. He can kick me here. Right? I step here and move off line. Okay? Okay? Got it? I keep my guard up. I make my opponent have to extend to hit me. If my guard's close, the guy can get in, do a round punch to me like that, uppercut,
A hook.
hook, rather.
A real.
So remember, hooks are here, round punches are out there. So you force the person to do a round punch. Because you can't see a hook if you're in close. It's coming to the peripheral vision.
Get around this, right?
Yeah, okay? Okay, go ahead. Do that. But whenever the person uppercuts at you, you want to hurt their limb.
Make him pay.
When he does a round punch, see? The sympathetic nervous system is real close to the surface of the skin on the inside of the arm. There's much less flesh here, less muscle tissue.
One more time. I'm gonna lay camera.
This is the yin side of the arm. That's the yang side because the sun doesn't hit the inside as much based on Chinese medicine. The most yang part of the body is the head, obviously. The most yin part is the sole of the foot. Your back's yang, your inside shin. So we always want to try to hurt the inside of the arm, okay, with a slap or a strike or something. So whenever somebody kicks at you or punches at you, you punish the limb. Even if you don't hit them, because it discourages them after a while, it starts to hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
See, we got 10 minutes. Thank you for coming to the workshop with Master Redmond. I appreciate the participation. Let's give him a round of applause.
You guys are the stars.
Very generous.
And you have a good Sifu too here. He's just being real humble. He's good too. So.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So anyway, hold on. I'm showing you.
No, that's
Okay, but we're gonna go for Yum Chow to the Hunan Man. It's a nice Chinese restaurant. It's just a couple minutes from here. If you want to join us, you're welcome. Before we leave, let's take some photos. Okay, let's take a group photo, and then